Well, hey there, happy hump day to you. Looking beautiful outside, feeling pretty good too because we've got less humidity to play with, at least for now, and that's making temperatures feel fairly true to temperature. Looking at the numbers in yellow, that's the feels like temperature or the heat index, what your body perceives its temperature to be once we factor in that humidity. And we're not getting away from the actual temperature too much. 82 in Rockport feels like 84, 81 for both Port A and the Bluff feeling like 84 degrees. So we're not too far off from the mark. For our inland neighbors, we're pretty true to temperature as well, but it's a lot warmer out there. We've been hanging out in those 90s for most of today. So yep, a very un-October-like kind of day all around. But let's take a look at dew point temperatures. This helps us understand how much water is in the air around us in relation to that temperature. So we've been talking about those oppressive 70-degree dew points. Don't have any on the map for now. And even some of our inland neighborhoods are hanging out in the 50s. So that is an improvement over yesterday, although improvement is in the eye of the beholder because yesterday we at least had some rainfall to celebrate. Now, we'll talk about rain chances, but one main ingredient that we obviously need for that is water in the air. And that is going to be building back over the next couple of days. We'll talk about it in a minute, but if you're planning a walk with your favorite four-legged friend, today's dog walking forecast star is Zoe. It looks like it's going to be a good evening to take a walk, more comfortable outside. And if you have a larger pup like we do, Cooper and Lola, sometimes that humidity can make it a little tougher to go the distance with the walk. I think tonight will be a good candidate for a longer walk. We'll have those temperatures sinking down to the 70s by the time we head past midnight, so it'll be more comfortable out there for a cooler start tomorrow. But if you want that fall feeling, it's going to come with the fall nighttime coming a little earlier too. Today is our last sunset at 7 p.m. or later. In fact, in a month, remember, we're going to roll back those clocks here on Halloween weekend. Sunset will be at 5:37 p.m., so 6 p.m. is already going to be dark out there. As we head on into the holiday months, also the same case. In 3 months from now, we'll be past the winter solstice on December 21st there. In January 15th, we'll start to see that daylight growing, but it's going to start off in the morning initially, so sunset will still be before 6 p.m., but something to give you a heads up. As far as our current weather situation is, the big weather picture is pretty boring over Texas. We've got high pressure in place, but we're tracking a pair of cold fronts. Yes, it's now a 1-2 hit. Here is the first portion of that cold front situation. It's going to struggle to get here by about Sunday night, early Monday, and it's probably not going to offer much in the way of rainfall. Definitely not going to offer a cool down, but there will be a secondary front that comes behind it that could at least bring our heat down to what we normally expect for this time of year in October. In fact, if you look at temperatures in the Pacific Northwest, we're not particularly cold. Yeah, we're cold by Texas standards, but with temperatures in the upper 50s in a lot of cases, it's going to be hard to get meaningfully cool air down to Texas. By the time it gets here, it's going to warm up and it's just not fall weather. But that doesn't mean we can't still get a few showers out of the mix, which I think is a bigger prize to behold. Could be a few stray showers tomorrow morning, but I think this model might be overdoing those rain chances. If you find a quick shower, celebrate it, but it's not going to be meaningful and chipping away at our drought. Just helps to keep the grass a little greener as we head into the dry season. In fact, moisture tracker shows we're not going to have big opportunities, but there may be some other opportunities for showers, say on Friday when a little more moisture comes to the mix. And then we'll continue to keep an eye on this into the weekend as that pair of cold fronts comes closer to the coastal bend. But for now, don't expect a whole lot in the way of meaningful rainfall across the coastal bend, and we'll just hope for a cool down as we head on into next week.